Now it's going to get physical.
Welcome to my party. We're just getting started.
Now, the US dollar has lost 85% of its value since the 70s when the dollar decoupled from gold. And the government seems bent on continuing the tradition. From now until after the next election, the government can print as much money as they want. And this means one thing: the security of your future and your family's future is all in your hands. Make sure that you freeze the value of the wealth that you're holding by investing in Noble Gold Investments. There's always risk of investments and there's no guarantee of any kind. However, gold is the one asset that is proven to withstand recession, inflation, and just about all economic threats. Noble Gold Investments is here to help you if you want to invest in gold. You'll also get a 24-karat, 1/4 ounce gold standard coin for free. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com right now. That is noblegoldinvestments.com, or simply dial 1-877-646-5347. It's the only gold company that I trust. Now, let's get to this. Everyone, real quick, I want y'all to do me a favor. I want y'all to go ahead and text this number and then make sure you just type in MAGA so you can stay in touch with me and you can receive direct text messages from me to let you know whenever I upload a standalone video or I'm about to go live. The number is 330-974-4607. That's 330-974-4607. You do that, this way we can give YouTube a black eye when they don't feel like sending out notifications, trying to hold the brother down because he brown. Foot in my back because I'm black. Lucky I ain't into identity politics. Now let's get to this video. And then we're going to wrap it up here with the man himself, Jim to the Jordan. Ladies and gentlemen, Finisher Jimmy.
Mr. Secretary, you know what the number is, don't you? Number that Mr. Gates was trying to get a response from. You know what that number is, right?
Congressman, I would be pleased to provide this committee, you, Mr. Chairman.
You don't know now? You don't know what that is? I mean, again, just to read, because what Mr. Gates was trying to get at, I think what the country would like to know is, we know that there's been an influx of people coming in. Over 2 million encounters on our southern border, inadmissible aliens on our southern border. We know that number has come in since Joe Biden's been president. I know it's a big number.
Big number.
And all he was asking was, how many of that 2-point-something million, over 2 million, how many have went through the adjudication process and actually been removed?
Mr. Chairman.
And you're telling the Judiciary Committee today you don't know what that number is?
Mr. Chairman, what I am sharing with you is that we will provide you with whatever data you request.
No, that's not where I want to go right. But it's a simple. We've had kind of two simple questions that you didn't give an answer to, and I just want to know, give you a second chance here if you'll do it. What is that number out of that 2-point-something universe of inadmissible aliens encountered on our southern border who've come into the country, been released into the country? How many have went through the adjudication process and then been removed?
So now, what Mucus wants Matt to do is stop punching him in the jaws. That's what he wants. He wants him to do that. But Mucus, you're not blocking. You're not moving. You're just standing there with your arms to your side. What do you expect me to do? I'm going to keep punching you right in your jaws. Okay, I'm not responding to this. Stop punching my face because it really hurts. No, you got in the ring, Mucus. You got in the ring. I'm going to punch your jaws until you do something to stop me. So he's asking him a simple question. Like, how many times I got to ask you this? So either, here's the two options. Either Mucus is hiding that number because he knows it's a shocking number that can't be justified. So he's playing ignorant. Or he don't know the number, which makes him incompetent, makes him a horrible leader and unprepared to come up there. Here I am. The board is bringing me in and I'm the CEO of the company. And I don't know any of the numbers. All right, how much did we spend in equipment last year? I don't know that number. I'm willing to provide it. When? Because you came to the meeting. I thought you were coming to the meeting to provide it now. I mean, what good does it do us if you're going to provide it later? We told you to come prepared. And here he is up in here talking about, I can be willing to provide that number, when the American people aren't watching and aren't shocked by the drastic number that you're hiding on purpose.
Mr. Chairman, I'd be pleased to provide you with that.
Can you guess?
Mr. Chairman, it is.
Can you give an estimate?
Jim Jordan, you don't chop in him. He's making it easy. How about guess? Just thought of anything. I'm willing to accept anything, Mucus. But Mucus is not messing around with that number. Now, why is that?
Mr. Chairman, I will not.
Why will you not give an estimate to the American people? Because they would like to know, because that sort of frames it. Here's what's come in. Here's who you've allowed in since Joe Biden's been president. And here's the ones who've actually been removed.
I would say two things, Mr. Chairman. Number one, I will provide that data to you.
When?
We will do so.
You're not real good at that because you've said that other times here, and you don't give us the data. I mean, we asked information about the Disinformation Governance Board, and all we get is redacted documents. So you're not real good about that. And it's a simple question, and frankly, a question we ask you to be prepared for.
Oh.
We wrote you 2 letters in the last several weeks to be prepared to answer that kind of question. I think probably that.
Dear Mucus, we're requesting data to show. I'm going to go in and act like I did not receive this letter and have no idea the contents of this letter and what it means. That's what happened. They asked you specifically to come in with this stuff. I don't see no paper in front of you. I don't see nothing. How about you? I would have stopped the meeting right there and asked them to call back to the office. That's what I'd have did. Okay, well, wait. Tell you what, recess. Hey, Mucus, get on the phone, call whoever you got to talk to. And when we come back, bring that number. I want to know that number. Everybody needs to hear it. Stop trying to disguise the data that will expose just how corrupt you people are, because you don't want the public to hear this stuff and be shocked. So let me get out there and filibuster. Let me get out there and play ignorant. Let me get out there and postpone and say, we'll get back with you. And then the next time you'll come into the same meeting and do the same thing. That's enough. Can I get back with you on that? Because it makes me look really bad and obviously corrupt. That's what he's doing. And Jim sees through it.
That specific question, and you won't give us an answer. And so the fact that you won't is bad, and the fact that you don't know is just as bad.
Yeah.
Because it's the one question the country kind of would like to know.
So Jimmy, what you're saying is he's bad to the boom, do 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 do. Not in a good way. Not in a good way. Not bad meaning bad. Okay. No, not bad meaning good, rather, but bad meaning bad. That's what he is.
What's really happening when you say all these, pathways and things, and you're just border secure and all the things you say? We kind of like to know what's really happened with the 2-point-something million people who've been released into the country since Joe Biden's been president. How many have went through the adjudication process and been removed?
So now
simple question.
So now I have 3 points. One, we will provide the data to you.
God bless
Two,
you. We've been waiting. But God bless. I hope you do it this time.
Two, we have been cooperating with this committee. We have made countless documents and people available to you. We have provided briefings.
Yeah. And here's what those by the way, just so you know, I'll let you finish with your third point.
Oh gosh, Mucus, man, dude, they're one step ahead of you, Mucus. One step when you're throwing the punch is landing on you. Your punch don't even get out before. Good grief. He don't even have to block you. He's blocking you by punching you in the face. So Mucus tries to talk about that people have provided. And I'm glad you mentioned that, Mucus. I'm glad. Let's see what they provided for us.
Here's what those documents look like. Here's the one you sent to us on when you formed. It's policy and responsibilities in the department's information manipulation mission. That sounds scary enough. Information manipulation mission, and it's all redacted. And this is the kind of stuff you gave us when we were trying to figure out who was responsible for putting together the Disinformation Governance Board. And I think my colleague, Mr. Johnson, was asking. And now we're asking a simple question about a number.
Wow. That didn't go well, did it, Mucus? You see Mucus with his 3 points. 3 things. First of all, we will provide that information. You're right. Secondly, I provided the people in my department to, and so that's what you provided when they asked you about that Dis and Misinformation Board. That board that you tried to slide up under all of our noses and lie to us and tell us that this board is not to censor American citizens. It's for the cartel and all these other people. Who put that together? It was a collaboration of many people in our department. Like who? Give me names. We do not discuss the internal structure of our... No. Who pulled the trigger? Who was the person that came up with that idea? We all came up with the idea. All of y'all at once? Y'all were all sitting around and actually Eureka. Hey, you know what I was thinking? I bet you were just thinking the same thing as me. A dis and misinformation. But dude, how did you know? I was thinking, did you think that too? We all thought it. Somebody was the mastermind that came up with that idea, and Mucus don't want to tell who that person is. So what do? They give you some just vague description of what that is and what's the purpose, and then all of the names are redacted. All of the main points are redacted. Why is that? So is this the type of cooperation you're talking about, Mucus? Because it's worthless, just like you. Now let's finish him, Jimmy.
And the fact that you won't give it to us or don't know it is, I think, a concern for all of us.
Yeah,
I would
like
say
me.
both sides, because the Democrats probably want to know too. They probably that's something that should be so obvious, and you won't communicate. Make your third point.
Mr. Chairman, we'll provide that information to every member.
Will it be like this, or will it be a real number? Will it be like that? Will it be a real number?
Mr.
No.
Chairman, the third point I would
Let me ask you real quick. Can you get that number to us like tomorrow? Or is you got to go back, and is it going to take weeks and months and haggling back and forth on all the letters we do? Congress writes letters to agencies, and we haggle back and forth all that dance we have to do. Or can you just get us the number?
Mr. Chairman, we'll provide that data to you as promptly as possible.
No. If, as the director, that number doesn't fall into the category as soon as possible, that's the number you should be walking around with. Because, see, our safety depends on it. Your whole job is to protect the freaking country. Homeland security, man. And your butt doesn't know the number? That should be, you should be, just like if I was over some stock exchange, numbers are important. Every day I come in, I'm going, I need the numbers. If I'm a CFO of a company, I'm coming in every day. I don't need all the fluff. I don't need all the I need the numbers. When they call me into the office, I should know those numbers. That's my whole job. And this guy, as soon as possible. That means either you don't have the accurate number, now you got to go through some process to try to dig it up, or you do have it and you're concealing it. You big old bag of nothing.
Third point would be the most fundamental point of all when we speak of immigration. We are dealing with a fundamentally broken system. We have between 11 and 12 million.
I got 50 seconds, so I appreciate that. You've said that before, so I got.
He went back to old trusty. He went back to the old trusty. That we are dealing with 1 point. Did you know that we have 1.11 million and 12 million? Man, don't try to distract us with that mess. We see that coming. Man, don't give us the, how do we, I'm not even going to touch on that. Neither did Jim. Jim's like, whatever, man. No. We're used to your style. We know exactly what to expect when you come here. Don't try to tell us about 12 million and all that stuff.
At that point, don't mean to cut you off, but I got to get this. Now, in your testimony, you said you've arrested 14,000 smugglers. Seems like a bbig number to me.
Huge.
What happened to those guys?
Oh, already know the massacre's coming. Because here you are, your whole job is to secure the border. 14,000 smugglers you've arrested. First of all, how did it get to that point? That's like your toenails growing through your shoes. And I'm going, how did they even get to that point? At what point did you go, wow, my toenails are out of control? That's like your fingernails hanging down like claws. And you're talking about, I really need to cut these. You're just now deciding that? You didn't see those fingernails hanging down like that? It took a long time to get there, buddy. You should have caught that early. So now you're telling me you ignored this, and whatever system you got set up has emboldened that many smugglers to where you've arrested 14 million. Wait, what did he say? 14,000? 14,000? That's a huge number.
Seems like a big number to me. I got 50 seconds, so I appreciate that.
Crazy.
You've said that before, so I got that point. Don't mean to cut you off, but I got to get this. Now, in your testimony, you said you've arrested 14,000 smugglers.
14,000.
Seems like a big number to me.
And how?
What happened to those guys?
I don't know.
Those individuals, Mr. Chairman, are, if the evidence so supports, prosecuted for smuggling.
You've referred them to DOJ. You've arrested them. You given them over to DOJ. What's happened to them? Have they been indicted, taken to trial, found guilty? Are they in prison somewhere? What's the status? That is a huge number. 14,000 smugglers. I mean, God bless you for getting them, but I'd like to know what happened to them.
Yeah.
Very, very pleased to provide that data to you. Let me provide some examples.
Mucus, man, he cracks me up. You see that? You see Mucus? Oh God, I didn't know Jim Jordan knew this information. This is really bad, Mucus. I may not recover from this beating. So now you see Mucus. I'm glad. I mean, come on, man. What is 14 million, baby? Listen, Jim, why are you doing this to me, man? Well, because you're corrupt. That's why I call you Mucus. See, nobody likes Mucus. When you think of Mucus in your head, do you ever think of something nice? No. I want that image to be in everybody's head. As soon as they think of you, I want them to connect you to Mucus. Just like Creepy Sleepy, when I call him Dumpster Juice. I want people to think of the worst things when they think of Creepy, when they think of Nasty Pelosi, when they think of you, Mucus, and they think of Garlic and the whole crew of you guys who purposefully tried to destroy our country. So now here he is having to explain. After 14,000 smugglers was arrested, then what? So what? Now what? Don't celebrate the arrests and all of that. What happened to him?
Told us a couple minutes ago you work closely with the FBI. We'd like that information too. That's important. Have you arrested any of them multiple times?
Congressman, I'll provide that information for
You think that's a possibility?
You shouldn't have to. You should not have to, Mucus, because the fact that you can't tell us what happened to those 14,000 of them, that's a problem. If you said they were arrested, went through some type of trial, the next thing that comes out of your mouth would be all 14,000 were expedited back to their country, or they're still in prison, but they need to be accountable. You can't tell me that, well, I'll get back with you. That means you don't know. That means that some of those 14,000 folks are just in the wind somewhere, maybe in our country. Maybe y'all just prosecuted them, let them out, and on the honor system, say, now you go right across that border, and what you do next, it has nothing to do with me. So if you happen to come back through a point of entry and rename yourself, then we will act as if we don't know you. Because see how you're going to keep track of who these people really are when your butts don't even require anything when they come through. They don't need to provide background checks and all of that stuff. We learned that from Matt Gaetz with the bad app. So they could just run it back, come right back through. Like last week I was Fernando, and now I'm Jose Gonzalez. This is crazy to me, and this guy's responsible for it.
Possibility some of those smugglers you've arrested more than once?
Congressman, when I prosecuted immigration crimes in
We
the
don't want to hear about when you did that in the 90s.
we saw individuals
It ain't the 90s no more.
who had repeated violations of criminal laws of the United States.
You think I
Prosecuted.
my time is expired. You think a smuggler, you catch someone smuggling people, smuggling drugs, that guy would be prosecuted, and you'd think you would, again, know that answer too, but
Mr.
we
Chair.
hope you get those answers to us. I yield now to...
Unanimous.
Yeah, and you know why he don't know that number? He doesn't know that number because, hola, Mucus, it's me, head of the cartel. Hey, listen, I heard you arrested 14,000 of my smugglers. Oh, yeah, you had to do it for show value, shock value. I see, I understand, man. Yes, it's all about the marketing, man. It's all about perception. And we here at the cartels, that's very important to us, too. You know, we send messages like that, too, for shock value. Hang people from, overpasses. And, we'll leave those kids and stuff like that in the desert. We send messages, man. And I want to know when are our guys going to be released so they can come back and finish business. Okay. So you have to arrest just a couple of them for show? See, no problem, man, no problem. But the majority, man, send them right back over so we can send them right back over. And continue with the process. See you next week, man. We playing golf? Adios, Mucus. Hey, essays. That was Mucus. He's hilarious, man. We love that guy. I'm sure you do. Because him and Creepy Sleepy have made the cartels rich. And this man can't even tell us where those 14,000 smugglers are right now. I have to get back with you. He can't tell us where the dang on terrorist folks who came in and weren't apprehended. We don't know where those people are. How about the 800-some thousand getaways that's just roaming the country somewhere? All of that. But yet you got operational control. Now, if you think I'm finished with Mucus, I'm not. There's some other fights that I didn't even highlight tonight. We'll revisit those in a day or so, okay? I'm going to give y'all a break. So, I know you guys love seeing Mucus get beat. But I'm going to give you a break for a couple days or so. And then we'll get back to the beatings. Hit that like button. Share my videos. Please make sure you subscribe. Make sure your notification buttons are turned on to all. Subscribe to my alternative channel just in case YouTube give me the slip or something. You'll know how to find me. Don't forget to check me out with all the podcasts. And follow me on Rumble in the Jungle. All the links are listed below. If you want to donate to my channel, feel free. Those links are below as well.